Now, in the first part of my video, we talked about what Freemasonry is and all that. Now, I'm going to address some of the concerns a lot of people have expressed. Some of the definition people have of Masonry have actually stemmed from Pentecostalism, where it tries to address what it doesn't understand and all that. It's understandable. But now, in reality, when you are addressing Freemasonry, you need to understand what the organizational structure looks like, okay? Now, the organizational structure of Freemasonry is okay, let me put it in a way people would understand. It is like the knighthood in the Anglican stroke Catholic Church mixed with the Rotary Club that you know, and mixed with a little bit of the Jesus Christ Church of Latter-day Saints. Okay, I would explain how each component falls into place. It has a structure that imitates or looks like the knighthood in the church. You have the master, grandmaster, and all that, all the officers, where there is a strict hierarchy. Okay, to that extent, it has a structure that looks like that of the knighthood in the church. In terms of our outreach and the things we do, it more closely resembles the Rotary Club, where we do outreach, help the needy, help the poor, touch lives, and all that. We have that aspect. Okay? Then, when it comes to practice, some of the morality that we find in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints somewhat is incorporated. So somehow it's just like a mix mash of these. But in reality, so many of them actually were derived from Masonry, not the other way around. So that is why you find that there are some overlapping aspects of some of these organizations in Masonry. Now, the question of who can be a Mason is very simple. It doesn't require you to be rich. It doesn't require you to be famous. It doesn't require you to be important in society. It is strictly on the basis of your belief, your moral standing as it is today, and where you see yourself in the future. We find a way to, examine all of this in a potential candidate before saying, okay, we can take this person or we cannot take this person. So it has nothing to do with how much money you have or what you bring. We are not interested in what you are bringing. We are much more interested in your personality. That is what really makes you a Mason. Okay, so you could be the poorest of poor and be admitted, and you could be the richest of rich and we will cast you away. We are much more interested in your character. Because central to Masonry is the fact that we should be able to vouch for your character. Okay? I could, just knowing that somebody is a Mason, even without seeing him, vouch and say, okay, you know what, go ahead, commit your money to him. If he doesn't pay, I'll repay you. Do you understand? So your moral worth as a person prior to joining Masonry is extremely important. That's what we are concerned about. A Mason is not allowed to commit any crime, not allowed to be a nuisance to the society, not allowed to... There are so many vices that you see around that is incompatible with Masonry. For instance, you, as a Mason, you can never hit your wife. You can never be committed, you can never be indicted for fraud and things like that. I'm not saying there are people who are Masons who have not done them, but the day we find out you do them, you are expelled. Do you understand? It has to be, your character has to be exemplary in the society. We take very great, care to make sure that we only take exemplary people. So when you hear that somebody is a Mason, generally, at least at the first instance, be sure that, okay, you are dealing with somebody who has a little bit of conscience and very high moral worth. So that is the character of those who will become Masons. It is not about wealth. I'm still going to keep this channel open, and I will throw in a whole lot more. So if you like what we are doing, like, follow, share, and comment. I'll be very glad to answer any questions you might have. Thank you very much for listening, and have a wonderful day.